Honestly, I hate the hypocrisy. And then you've got the army of bloody social media people, like bloody Katie Hopkins, that Mayor Towsey, this prick, all suddenly coming out in support of the farmers. Oh, we support the farmers. I didn't see you on the streets when the farmers had their EU subsidies taken away. Howdy folks, as you can see, I'm not driving this morning, I'm walking, because this happened yesterday. Now, stupid me, I don't have a spare tyre at the moment because my van's going back to the leasing company in a couple of weeks, and I thought, you know what, I won't get a flat tyre in a couple of weeks. Bang, flat tyre. So I'm walking to my van, which is parked 3 miles down the road, but you know, why not? It's a lovely day, look at this. Sun's coming up, Brighton Marina. Let's have a little walk, and it gives me a chance to talk to you guys about farming, because that's what everyone's talking about this week. That's what the media's deemed us necessary to talk about. That's what they've chosen for us to talk about this week. I mean, there's many things to talk about. Maybe the fact that the world is on the brink of World War III, but no, we're talking about farming. Here she is. Look, the little bugger. She's still here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, we're going to finish this video off in the van because that traffic noise was a bit loud, and plus I've got 2 hours to kill. My tyres come in sometime between 8 and 10. It's 8 o'clock now. You know it's going to be 10 o'clock by the time it comes. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so farming is what the media has deemed necessary for us to be talking about this week because they choose the agenda, of course. Wouldn't it be interesting if they put all this emphasis, all these man hours, all these social media videos, all these clicks, all these likes, all these views, and they put all of that emphasis into maybe, I don't know, highlighting the homeless epidemic in this country. Imagine that. Imagine if they'd done that. Maybe people would be marching in the streets against poverty. But it just so happens people are marching in the street for wealthy farm owners. Now, before we get into this, I just want to clear up. My gut feeling tells me that I think Labour have probably made a mistake with this, but I just think it's interesting the way the media controls what we get angry about and what is the news agenda. All the things going on, World War III about to come, the dire poverty, you know, all the people that are really struggling in this country this week. And the media have got the nation being sympathetic to wealthy farm owners. Now, like I say, my gut feeling does tell me that I think Labour have probably made a mistake on this. I think British farming is probably something that we really need to support. I like the idea of local farms. I think it's better in so many areas for health, for the environment, not exporting so much food. I'd love to see more local farms in every towns and cities, take away the monopoly from the big chain supermarkets. You know, I think it's good for everyone to support farms and support farming. But one thing I don't like is hypocrites and hypocrisy. Like this fella. I mean, the absolute audacity for this guy to start coming out and supporting farmers when he's single-handedly done the most damage to British farming in the last 50 years with Brexit. Every time this guy comes out and he's in the news, I say the same thing. When are people going to finally realise what this guy's about? He's there for a photo op. He's there for 5 minutes. He's going to walk down the street for 5 minutes. He's going to put his fucking green waxed farmer's jacket on with his flat cap, try and pretend that he's like some sort of friend to farmers. He's a city trader, for Christ's sake. He's never shoveled a pile of shit in his life. He's there for the photo ops, and he's there for 5 minutes, and he's going to get the fuck out of there before any farmers start asking him questions about, "Oi, Farage, I thought this Brexit was supposed to be good for us farmers." Honestly, I hate the hypocrisy. And then you've got the army of bloody social media people, like bloody Katie Hopkins, that Mayor Towsey, this prick, all suddenly coming out in support of the farmers. Oh, we support the farmers. I didn't see you on the streets when the farmers had their EU subsidies taken away. I didn't see you guys on the streets in sympathy with the farmers then. I didn't see you on the streets complaining when the farmers' vegetables were rotting in the fields because all their EU workers were taken away. I didn't see you up in arms in support of the farmers when these ridiculous trade deals with Australia and New Zealand came out, which is going to flood the British market with cheap meat. I didn't see any of you lot supporting the farmers back then. Why? Because it didn't serve your agenda back then, did it? You're all support of Brexit. You're all pro-Brexit, so you're not going to come out and do any material that's going to go up against Brexit. But now, it just so happens, supporting the farmers supports your agenda because it's against Labour, and that's what you're all about at the moment. Anything that damns Labour. So suddenly you all care about the farmers all of a sudden. These hypocrites, absolute hypocrites. They're all there to get their social media videos, their clicks, their likes, their views. Like flies round shit, this lot. They couldn't give a fuck about the farmers years ago when they were struggling through Brexit. And then you've got Clarkson. Now, at least he's got a little vested interest in farming. He owns a farm. But he didn't like it too much yesterday when he got caught out for the reasons that he owns a farm.
So it's not about you. It's not about your farm and the fact that you bought a farm to avoid inheritance tax.
Classic BBC there. Classic. Oh, yeah. It's not the fact that I bought a farm to avoid inheritance tax. The fact.
You told the Sunday Times in 2021 that's why you bought it.
These people.
Sorry?
BBC. Okay.
That is the thing, right? I don't mind you being critical of Labour, of course. Like, I generally think this is probably a bad move. But what I have a problem with is no one actually has any alternative. We all know the country is on its knees right now. 14 years of Tory government, of cutting public spending, of siphoning off what tax money we give them to their donors, spunking whatever else up the wall for HS2 or test and trace or PPE that is not fit for purpose. We've had 14 years of this. The country is on its knees. NHS, education, councils, homelessness, poverty, take your pick, everything. The country is broken. We need to invest. We need to fix it. It's all well and good criticising what Labour are doing, but what would you do instead? And when you actually pose these questions, like people like Clarkson, they don't really know how to answer.
So one of the reasons Rachel Reeves says she brought this in is to stop wealthy people using it as a way.
No, that was the only reason she did.
Well, no, the other reason was to raise money for public services. Well, have you seen?
Are you listening to this?
Have you tried to get a GP appointment lately?
Yes,
Right.
I just recently had a heart attack.
Okay, so you know it's tough.
Yes.
So where should they get the money from if it's not from farmers?
From farmers.
You
hear that, everyone?
With
BBC
assets.
thinks you should be paying for everything.
Clarkson,
Okay, do you
it's
know
not the
how many
BBC's
people
view.
pay inheritance tax in this country?
It's 4% of estates.
What?
4% of estates.
4% pay inheritance tax. 96% of the population of the UK does not pay inheritance tax.
Sure.
After this becomes law, 96% of farmers will.
Where have you got that figure from?
Who here, can I just ask, who here is going to be unaffected by these changes? No one.
Right. And where have you got the 96% figure
Well,
from?
you've got 96%. Well, the same place that Rachel Reeves does, from the middle of her head.
Right.
From the Sixth Form Debating Society that she was no doubt a member of.
Okay.
Which
So-
formed her opinions and yours.
I am not expressing opinions. I'm
Yes.
literally asking you questions. You know that, Mr. Clarkson.
Right.
So, what is your message to this government?
Please back down. Please.
And get the money from where?
Well, they've got 40 billion. I'll tell you where you get the... Walk into any of the offices around here. If you don't understand what somebody's job is, fire them.
Sack a few civil servants. That's his answer, is it? So cutting more government spending, that's your answer, is it? And this is the thing, this is what so many people that are criticising this action, they don't actually have any sort of decent alternative. Okay, we're not going to take the money from the farmers. Where are we going to take the money from then? Because we need money, we need investment. Where are we going to take it from? Now, like I said, I don't agree with taking it from the farmers. Actually, I think Labour should be focusing more on the multi-billionaires, the people that just sit on vast amounts of wealth. Rishi Sunak, as an example, who sits on 5 million wealth a year, only pays about 2% tax. I think Labour should be focusing on that wealth group. But as we know, a lot of these people donate money to the Labour Party. This is the thing. This is the endless cycle, folks. This is the endless cycle. And if you think Farage is going to be any better, you're having a laugh. The whole party is infiltrated with millionaires. It's all built on wealth. Now, whether you like his politics and his policies or not, Jeremy Corbyn had it right. He funded the Labour Party with small individual Labour memberships. If you're ever going to break this cycle of wealth controlling the country, you need to go back to grassroots, and you can't go anywhere near wealth. If it's Reform, if it's the Conservatives, and if it's the current Keir Starmer Labour Party, wealth, investments, and donations are going to stop you getting from real change. If there's going to be any sort of change in this country, it needs to come from the grassroots. It needs to come not from wealth. So don't think Farage is the answer to your problems. He's not. Anyway, folks, I'm going to sit here and wait for a tyre to be delivered. Wish me luck. Till next time, take care.